When we're being kind and nice, we're not kids. We've got children, very old children, and wives and families.
Malema, if you can just indicate whether you're answering the question or not, so that we can proceed.
I never said I won't answer the question. So I'm reading my speech. No one is going to tell me what to do at what time. I'm in charge. That's why these fools are running around here. I'm in charge.
On a point of order, Chair.
Order, Chairperson.
Point of order, Chairperson.
Order, Chairperson.
Point of order.
The ruling party by
Order, Chairperson.
Order. Chairperson.
Orders undermined.
Point of order.
Chair.
I'm in charge. I'm running.
Chairperson.
We are not in charge.
You can all jump.
Honorable members, we are not in charge. We are going to show you. Honorable Malema, order.
Order of the opposition.
Order, members.
Running the house. I'm in charge. Come on.
Order, members.
Running the house. Who's next?
Can we have order, members?
Don't worry, DP. I've got these things.
Honorable Shibambo, please sit down.
The caucus of the ANC has collapsed.
Honorable members,
On a point of
can't
order.
allow
Order on you,
the
Chairperson.
House to descend into chaos.
I'm in charge.
Order, member.
When a student gets to an examination room, if that student does not answer question 6, that student cannot be blamed. Can we proceed now with the business of the House?
Thank you very much. Please proceed, Honorable Malema.
Thank you very much, Chair. I'm happy that you are continuing to learn from me. I just taught you that calling each other fools is not a problem, and you did exactly that. You learn after me. You follow me, because I'm in charge. I'm running this thing.
I'm asking you to withdraw.
There has been some rumors that maybe you might be linked to Vusumusi Matlala. Do you know of him or anything of him? Have you ever worked with him before?
He must go rot in jail. I don't know him. I don't even care about him. I've never had anything to do with him. So you take a petty gossip and you come and ask me about it. There are serious national issues you must ask me about. I've got nothing to do with what is happening. When I speak, you all complain. When I keep quiet, you all complain. I don't know what you want now. Are
you the proper person?
I'm a proper guy.
I mean, I don't want to go too far back into history, but at various times you failed to actually file a tax return on time. Yeah. You've been accused of different financial offences. You've never been convicted, but some of those charges were never brought to court. But you tell South Africans, despite your own history, you are the guy to run their economy.
That's why. That's a mind of a lazy person who doesn't do his work. You will have to refer back to 15 years. I've grown up over a period of time, built a solid political party. The only thing you can keep on referring to is what you interviewed me about it 12 years ago. Get something new, my brother.
No, I'm very...
Show a skill of a hard-working presenter who does his research. You can't falter me. Since I've made my mistakes on tax when I was very young, when I was almost 27 years old, fixed that problem. Today, I'm a 42-year-old married man with children who has taken responsibility and built a solid party to be the third largest party without the support of white monopoly capital and the owners of the South African economy. You keep on referring to old and old things because you are now beginning to sound like a scratched CD.
You have every right to tell me you have changed.
Tell me of me now. I've been in Parliament for 10 years.
Let's take one particular aspect of your policy positions.
Yes.
Do you think aligning yourself with Vladimir Putin is going to be good for South Africa?
But that's what it is now. South Africa is in alliance with Russia, with India, with Brazil, with China. So why are you asking me as if it's some policy that is going to be implemented after I took over? South Africa is in alliance with Russia now.
South Africa right now calls itself non-aligned.
In the context of the war, but these are two different things. South Africa is an ally of Russia. Now, the second question is, where does South Africa stand on the war? It says I'm a non-aligned in relation to war, but Russia remains South Africa's friend. So we cannot create confusion around there. Don't create an impression that it is Malema who's going to come and create an alliance with Russia.
But there are some very specific
Actually,
points, if I may say so.
I will go beyond that. I will go beyond the friendship with Russia, and in the war, I will align with Russia, and I will even supply the weapons to Russia. Because Russia is in a war with imperialism, and any agenda that seeks to push back imperialist agendas, it's well within the policies of the EFF.
You say quite clearly, I would arm Vladimir
Yes.
Putin.
Yes.
You know that the International Criminal Court wants Vladimir Putin to face war crimes charges.
It must start with Tony Blair. It must start with George Bush. It must go to Barack Obama. Then it can go to Putin. Hey, Chief, I was not there in 1994. I was not there when Madiba clinched deals with those people. Right. If there is any commitment Mandela made with them and then we are going against it, they must go to Mandela. We don't owe them anything. We have no agreement with them. Nothing. And we are not bound by Mandela's resolutions.
Relax. Le re fella pelo man le a kitima. Na re shapo re grand. Maguda, pashasha. Re sharp, re grand.
Wena bo mmao ba yaeng o iphile bjala o iphile diaparo o bitswa ka maina ba re ke wena brama mang mara tšatšile bo mmao ba tlo tlhokofala le bokokwao ro išwa holong ka gore ka gae ke mathabiša ditlhong wena a o na hotel yeo sa itsebe mo Santene mo mara bo mmao ba na metsi a o fiša sa le re o tseba re ka ba rararega geno ore ba busy yalo.
I don't know. I can't see what is that. I can't stand here and say that is 9mm barrel. What? I don't know.
Can we agree that it's a smaller firearm than the other two videos?
No, I can't see if it's smaller or big. This camera was shot too far. I can't see that. Even when you do it with those people of photography, zoom in and what, I don't see it.
Do you want to go closer, sir?
I've been closer 6 years ago. I can still go now. I can't see it. I can't see it. Yeah, Worship, it was going to be helpful if you brought something here so that I can answer what I see and what I see there. I can't. I'm being made to answer for something I don't know what this is for.
Is that the same size firearm than the one that you brought here yesterday?
How do I say it's the same size if I can't see it? I just told you I can't see it. How do I say it's the same or not?
I put it to you that it's a 9mm. That's a handgun.
That's your version to the court, and it remains yours.
The expert that also testified yesterday also saw that that was a handgun.
At least you and that expert agree on something else. At least you also call him expert. I like that. Because he was being questioned here about peer review, which you never did with your expert. 9 statement of a ballistic expert. You never asked for peer review. The court never asked for a peer review. The expert who came and said the things that you didn't like, you asked for peer review. The court said, what must I take this evidence for if it doesn't have a peer review signature? Why did the court not ask those 9 statements about the peer review signatures? Is this a fair trial? Am I being tried fairly?
Mr. Malema, I'm going to put on record that you are vague and you are avoiding the questions.
Agrio said we must speak to each other in a respectful way. You are not going to do that of pointing pens at me because I can do it times 5. And it's not going to be nice here.
Mr. Malema, the video...
Not the part of the rifle. My concentration has always been about the charge you have put before me. And the charge before me is the rifle. I've not paid attention to that thing. If I discharged a 9mm pistol
in this picture should have been charged with it, and it was supposed to be brought to this court, then I will know that I've got a duty to prepare myself on this aspect because I'm being charged with it. So to me, it's non-issue this.
Mr. Malema, you are being charged for discharging a firearm in a built-up area. That's exactly what that represents when you're discharging that.
You brought a firearm you are alleging I discharged at the stadium. You didn't bring this one. Bring it now. Let's see. The firearm you are alleging I discharged in an enclosed area is the one you brought to this court. And then I brought the one that I discharged on that day. Had you made any allegation about this, I would have provided this court with sufficient response because I would have prepared myself in this regard. This is no charge before me.
This evidence in a whole was always part of the state's case.
You did not charge me with any pistol. You never brought any pistol before this court.
Mr. Malema, if that was a real pistol, hypothetically speaking, and you have discharged it in the manner which we see you discharge on the video, would you have put the lives of those people that were standing there or around the stadium in danger, hypothetically speaking?
I will not have put anyone's life in danger because I will never have done that. Not even in a dream I can wake up. If I dream like that, I wake up immediately. I will never put the lives of our people at risk. My Lord, these are not people, just people to me. These are EFF voters. Why would I put the life of a voter at risk? I need that vote.
Zuma number 1. Tshwarantsotsio. Elatele ko barke Ramaphosa wo before. Lena again.
You're saying you're not going there to fight, but you're going to defend this democracy with your bodies. And then I asked you, so if someone confronts you with a gun, what are you going to do? And then you said,
I'll drop you.
And then you said,
with a gun, I'll drop
you are not going to reveal your defense strategy. What is that defense strategy?
Is self-defense.
That
when
you're going to Senegal armed?
No, when a black man is going to engage in self-defense, you don't know, what if I've got a black belt? Mawashi Geri. How do you know? Self-defense is not a gun. I'm not Malema. I'm not going to speak like this ANC cowards who are actually beneficiaries of this racism and white arrogance and who have allowed it.
Will the media be free under an EFF government? Just give me a summary.
More than free. There's no such an organization as accessible as the EFF.
But
I don't even think you know where
the... Don't you think there's a bit of an overkill from time to time?
I don't even think you know where the UDM offices are.
UDM?
Yes. You see? That's how transparent we are. We're here. We're just on your face.
The issue here is incitement.
What am I inciting? That
when you
that
say
no racist must play next to the EFF. Is that an incitement?
No.
When you say, if they dare do that, nip it on the bud, cut the throat of racism and white supremacy.
When you say to the members of the EFF in that PPA that you must follow up, I expect you to follow up on that racism.
Yes.
That's incitement.
How is follow up an incitement?
What must they follow up on?
They must follow up on what happened to the racist, and they must intervene decisively.
What does that
Since
mean?
when is a follow-up a problem? When I proposed a girl today, I follow up. Is an incitement when I follow up. The English of 405 has changed. That follow-up means violence. That's a distortion of the word. They must follow up on what happened to that racist who beat up not only black people, but black women. The white man till to date, despite the fact that cases were opened, is still not arrested because it's a white man. Had it been a black guy who unleashed such unjustifiable violence against a white woman, what would have happened to that black person? We ought to confront racism everywhere else where it raises its ugly head. And if it has not been attended to, it must be followed up so that no one dares to repeat such a similar mistake.
You only get 10% of the vote in elections. The Democratic Alliance get twice that. So you've got to either build a coalition with other opposition elements, or you are never going to get anywhere near power.
I didn't know on the other side you are a fortune teller. I thought you were a journalist. Because you can't tell what's going to happen in 2024. Only us who are involved in this work will tell you that the EFF is going to win 2024 elections and will not need the racist DA, if that's what you're concerned about.
But the state owns electricity now, and you still have electricity.
But that's the question. That's why I'm asking. As an individual, I shouldn't own a piece of ESCOM.
No, you don't own a piece of electricity now, but you are very happy. Why do you have a problem? You don't own a piece of water. You are very happy.
Yeah.
The government is giving you that.
Why do you have a problem with that? I've got a desire to want to own a piece of
Let's take...
Man, I gotta tell you, when you were the ANC Youth League president, it's the first time I ever heard of you. And I'm like, who's this guy, man? He just shoots from the hip. He just tells it like it is. And I think for a lot of people, we started getting interested in, like, you know, politics because you were so entertaining. Did you do that on purpose, or was just, that's who I am?
But that's what they say about you now. They say we must not come here. You are homophobic. You have no respect for women. You are going to ask me about sex, and I say to them, the question will never be a problem. The problem is the answer. It all lies in how you answer the question. But the question must be asked. It doesn't matter how comfortable or uncomfortable the question may be. But answer the question. So I was being like you. I was being youth. And being youth means you must not apologize. And being youth means that you've got a license to make mistakes.
Of course.
But learn from those mistakes and not repeat them, because if you repeat them, it's a decision. It's no longer a mistake.
So you're not afraid of jail?
I'm not afraid of jail, particularly if I'm jailed for the land, not for corruption and wrong things that are criminally related. We speak today, the JSE is now changing policies, saying for you to be listed, you need to have black partners. Who did that? Is the EFF. The future looks bright. Maybe you need sunglasses.
Thank you very much for the time.
Thank you.
And that was question time for today. A big thank you to my guest and to you for watching the show from...
Fidel developed Cuba. Fidel survived a lot of assassination attempts. They wanted to kill him more than 600 times. The imperialists wanted to finish Fidel. I was reading yesterday here or a day before, South African president saying he survived. No, they wanted to kill him. How many times? 3 times. He says no. Yeah, they wanted to kill me 3 times. We're talking serious things here. More than 600 times by the imperialist forces, America attempted to kill Fidel. More than 3 times, Zuma's wives attempted to kill Zuma. There is no comparison. Mantuli, is it Mantuli? She was kicked out for having fed Zuma poison. And when I investigated through my own investigation, it was not a poison. It was a love poison, Korobela.
Yes.
But the mistake she did, she put an overdose. That's why Zuma was sick. So assassination attempts we're talking about is a defeat of the most powerful nation more than 600 times by Commandant Fidel. There are no Afrikaners who have been killed here in South Africa. It's not true. and there are no 49 Afrikaners who left South Africa. You all know that. It's a fiction, it's drama. You know, America with drama is number one. That thing is Movango. I don't know what is Movango in Afrikaans. It's just a drama. I believe they landed and then they waited for cameras, took them pictures. The next flight back to South Africa. If those people are farmers, it means there are 49 farms available. Why are we not expropriating them? Because they've abandoned them. But why is the media not telling us? Because they say these are farmers. Why is the media, through its own investigation, say to us, this picture you see is a farmer at this. They are not farmers. There's no one who left farming here in South Africa. I suspect that those whites were these ones who were looking after cars at the parking lot. They were attending to cars and they went to fetch them there. They can't live. They will never live the kind of life they live here in South Africa, anywhere else. Even if you live here as a millionaire and you go to USA, your money gets reduced to nothing. So no American or Afrikaner will leave South Africa for America. It's not true. Our country, there's no killing of white people. We're not killing white people. We're demanding our land. We're saying, let's share this land. Let's all work the land. And if that is a crime, it's a crime we're prepared to commit. Because we can't, when we're asking for food, and say, no, you are committing crime by asking. We're having a robust debate on land in South Africa. And that must never be used to silence us by America.
I'm speaking, man. Wait. Why have you been rude like that? And you've been rude for too long, man. I'm speaking. Yes, sir.
We're debating the report. And if people have got nothing to say on the debate, they must keep quiet. No one is going to ask any teacher questions here. We're parliamentarians. We're debating the report. And that's what we're doing here. And the honorable member on the floor is in order. Thank you. That's Julius Malema from South Africa.
Proceed, Honorable Malema.
Thank you very much. I don't think there is any difficulty here. We must all be inspired by the need to build this institution and not be driven by a desire to govern this institution from the grave. You are here to give a report, and that report will tell us as to what really transpired. We cannot, even before we get a report of where are we, where do we come from, what happened before, then be told that people must be dissolved without being taken through as to what transpired. The report you are about to present will tell us about the state of the bureau. And on the basis of that report, then take a decision that you must all step down. So even if the term ended on the 9th of May, that is just being technical and being in an attempt to collapse these proceedings, which is uncalled for. So the bureau's term has ended. We are going to elect the new leadership. What is this impatience about? He's acting. He never claimed to be a president of this institution. That's why he calls himself an acting president. He accepts that he's not the president of this institution. So we're not going to be bullied here by people who want to run this institution from the grave. Give the report, and after giving the report, outline what's going to happen to the election. The elections are going to happen. Whether they get dissolved now, whether they get dissolved on Monday, it's immaterial. We are going to elect new leadership here. Let them report. Thank you, Chair. The principle of rotation is to unite the continent. And if we are concerned about the unity of the continent, then we will not have a problem about the principle of rotation. We must first understand its purpose. And if you have a problem with the type of a candidature that Southern Africa is presenting, for instance, you will rather say, we agree with the rotation and therefore will suggest that the North must take it. Let the debate be about which regions have not received and which region will you support. Not that the regions who have never received must wait for some ratification to apply a principle that seeks to unite the continent. The forefathers who came before us wanted to eliminate unnecessary contestation amongst Africans by coming up with these democratic principles which will cover all the regions. If you're concerned about the unity of this continent and you are not serving the interest of the imperialist and colonialist, you will never have a difficulty on application of a principle that will unite Africans. And that's what this body is about. So it is so embarrassing that former leaders of this institution can do everything in their power to divide this institution and to undermine the legitimacy of this institution. You can use your majority and keep this power and this presidency in your regions. And if that is the unity of Africa you are talking about, that power must only circulate in your regions, go on with it. But be aware that you are serving the interest of imperialism that seeks to keep us divided. The unity of this continent will not wait for ratification of anything. Yes. The unity of this continent needs us to apply it as in yesterday. Yes. We don't require any ratification of anything for us to be united. And anyone who says we require ratification, that person doesn't know what unity is about. Unity is about us coming together with a paper or no paper. There was a situation where members were unruly. They stand up and shout. And she stand up to shout. And you seem to be helpless. You don't know what to do. Because we can do the same thing. They must never think we're scared of them.
Monsieur le Président.
You can do the same thing, and if you are going to allow that, if you are going to allow that and you don't have a way of dealing with it,
Monsieur le Président.
I'm speaking, man, wait. Why have you been rude like that? And you have been rude for too long, man. I'm speaking. Yes, sir. Please. Don't allow this nonsense to continue because we will not be abused like that.
Honorable, please speak like that.
Don't allow this to continue because we will not be treated like that. Please. This is not their parliament. It belongs to all of us. They stand up here without recognizing you and you allow them. Please control the house. They must never think they are the only ones who can do this nonsense. We can speak to them twice.
Motion d'ordre, Président. Motion d'ordre. Président, motion d'ordre.
You see now. Mr. President. Mr. President. No, you can't do this. You can't do it. If you don't want sitting, I'm adjourning the house. I'm adjourning the house. Point of order. Point of order. I'll kill you outside. After this, I'll kill you. I'll kill you. Point of order.
When you drive on N1, N2, N3, and there's no pothole because there they are toll gates. Those people who are given toll gates, part of their responsibility is to maintain those roads. When you go off-road, you get into the suburbs and townships, you find a pothole the size of the nose of Ramaphosa right in the middle of the road.
Depends on the
How do you reassure the foreign investors?
No, you must give me a chance to speak. Unless you want to have this interview with yourself, then we can give you a chance to speak alone.
Okay.
Because you're asking me questions, I'm responding to them,
Okay.
and that's the
Fair
whole
enough.
intention of this conversation.
Who are led by fools. Because there is no fence, but there is a gate. Who are led by fools. There is no fence, but there's a gate. When you go home today, you arrive at your home from this meeting, you just find the fence is gone. Only the gate is standing alone like this. And then, what do? Without fence, you still open the gate to. Hey, were in a state of madness. Why, if these borders mean nothing, why are they opposed to them? They are threatened by African unity, because the unity of African people will mean they are equal to China, they are equal to India, they are equal to Russia, they are equal to Britain. How can Swaziland tell Britain anything with that size of a population? They won't listen to them. But once we come together, we are billions of people who can confront the status quo globally.
That's a problem, because you see and you must appreciate that. You are a journalist here. You are not the owner of newsroom. When we talk about newsroom, you are just an employee.
And
when we say Sunday Times, please.
Yeah.